Welcome back, everyone. Having finished everything on my to-do list, I return to my room. The sun's already setting. The 7th day passed in a flash. Now, I've got 1 day left. We're almost at the end. I trudge into my room and take off my jacket. My other clothes soon follow. Then I step into the bathroom. The warm water pours down my tense body. This shower's actually got better hot water than I do back home. I have to chuckle at this funny, albeit quite pathetic realization. So what? I'm not seriously considering staying here any longer, right? I mean, hot water. What more do you really want? I giggle and sweep my hair back. I'm sorry, that image is just hilarious. Ah, yeah, it feels good to relax. Ouch! I back away from the shower after a painful burn. What the? Uh-oh, the water suddenly turned incredibly hot. Hell has arrived. I'm not just imagining this. The water coming from the shower head is actually boiling. It looks like someone's trying to start a fire in here. What the hell is up with that? I carefully reach out and turn off the shower. I make sure not to step on the boiling hot floor. I look down at myself. Luckily, I didn't get any burns. Just some lobster-like skin. Ah, I see. Like me, you've also stepped under the sun for more than 10 seconds. Good thing I got out of there before the temperature reached its peak. What a childish idiot. That's a extremely strange thing to say. What? He got absolutely burnt by a shower. And he's calling himself a childish idiot. Okay. I clean up and get dressed. Cursing the devil who's out there laughing at me somewhere. Literally, though. Yeah, keep thinking I'm stupid. Let's see your dumb face when I walk out of here free as a bird. I mean, considering I still don't know who the human is, I don't think that we're going to be the ones laughing. It probably will be the devil. I throw myself onto my blanket. Some parts of my body still hurt, but it's not worse than a regular sunburn. Tomorrow's the last day. R.I.P. I don't know what's going to happen. Once I've finished my regular routine tomorrow and it's past midnight, I'll be on my way out of here together with the real human. Maybe. Tomorrow is going to be a decisive day. It's going to be hard to sleep well. Oh, what are we thinking, guys? Is it the fox or the ghost? 1 day until selection. Thursday, November 1st. Oh, R.I.P. I don't think we're going to make it. I wake up to the familiar sound of an incoming text message. Like, unless there's one more crime scene or something, or some law that we get that like definitively states one way or the other, I'm so lost. I stay on my back for a while and look at the ceiling with a blank stare. It's also how I wake up. Finally. At last, the 8th day. Actually, might as well call it the last day. Dun dun! I grab my phone right after getting up. The message on it reads, 1 day until the selection. The message doesn't really matter, to be honest. I don't let go and hold my phone tight, awaiting the second message. There it is. Abandoned village. The last murder. Here it is. Hopefully we can get some actual good information out of this. That makes this my last trip out into the field. Alright, the abandoned village. Here we go. This investigation should clear everything up. I can single out who the culprit was in each case, as well as who the one human is, I hope. Rise and shine. My last day begins. Alright, let's go. I am excited. I have been enjoying the hell out of this novel. I don't know about you guys, but it's been great. I've enjoyed it. As at the counter, the motel owner greets me with a big smile on his face, as always.
오늘도 아침부터 일하시는 거요?
Working again this morning? The motel owner. Who the hell is he, really? A servant of the devil, in on everything? Or just a clueless villager? Yeah.
아이고,
아이고.
시험 좀 하시지.
Oh, come on. Take a break every now and then.
일을 열심히 하면 뭐해? 죽거나 다치면 다 의미 없지.
You're only working yourself to death by pushing so hard. Yeah. I give a cold and abrupt reply and move past him. I don't have time to get caught up in a conversation.
에잉, 다 의미 없대도.
It's pointless anyway. Just before I exit the motel, I can hear him mumbling those foreboding words. He knows how terrible I am at investigating. I'm scared. All right, we're at the crime scene, guys. Let's do this. While walking through the abandoned village, I make up my mind. The last murder. This trip will determine my fate. Okay, time to find the last site. Let's do it. The smell of death that I have come to know by now makes me stop for a moment. But unlike before, I'm no longer afraid. I'm not afraid anymore. Is that because we humans are animals that can adapt? Or because the village's madness is starting to affect me as well? Yes. Phew. I take a deep breath and walk towards the foul stench. An unpleasant smell lingers in the old abandoned building. I cover my mouth and nose with my hands. Just because I'm used to it doesn't mean I feel good about any of this. The origin of the smell is spread out before my eyes. Do they have to describe it that way? Oh, this looks bad. Well, this is the last murder site. Though used to it by now, it is never a sight that's easy to stomach. I sigh and look away for a moment. Time to get this over with. Alright, I turn my head and step away from the scene. Time to call it a day. Wait, I didn't get to look at anything. Hello? What? Let me inspect. There we go. Alright, I sigh, take out my phone, and open the camera app. Alright. Oh. The light from my phone illuminates my surroundings. Alright, so we have a main picture. Now then, I should take a look around. Well, obviously, there's so much to look at. And we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empty boxes. The doll that's nailed to a stake, I guess. This doll seems to have been made by someone with a terribly morbid hobby. The doll, which has been pierced by something, looks like it was used to put a curse on someone. I take a look at the doll and finish taking notes. Okay, I guess the pentagram thing in the back? I look at the strange symbol painted in blood. This is a summoning circle. An incantation to summon a monster. Some kind of monster was summoned with this circle and the summoner was brutally murdered. What crazy things are really going on here? This whole thing is absurd. I record the information about the circle. Okay. The body, presumably? The sight of the corpse is terrible. I'll never get used to that. The body has been scratched and damaged all over. There must have been a tremendous force behind this to cause this many wounds. Suddenly, I imagine myself being killed in the same way. I shake my head, trying to get rid of that terrible image. I've finished my examination of the body. Okay. We got 2 left. We have a box. Something on the wall. Oh wait, that's a different icon. Does that mean it's free? We got a picture frame, a book, a teddy bear. Let's click the thing on the wall. There's a notice. Notes on the public rest area. It looks like this place was used as a rest area. Rest. I smile bitterly at the word. I could really use some. Same. I examine the poster a little while longer before turning away. Alright, the bear. Is that a teddy bear? Teddy bear. Ooh. Oh, sorry. I walk towards it and take a closer look. This looks weird, but that's about it. I put it aside. Okay, we still got 2 left. Alright, this picture frame. I notice something that seems out of place. It could be evidence, so I take a careful look. But no matter how hard I try, I can't find any clues. After a moment, I shake my head. No? Okay. The book. I open the brown book. It's a diary. I instinctively skip to the last entry. There's a diary entry from yesterday. Apprehensive, I begin reading. It seems like the man who wrote in this journal was terrified the night before he died. I make a note of that. All right, keep looking. What's on the wall? I take a closer look at the board. Oh, it's got all that language on it again. I know this language. It's very old, an ancient language of demons. Does this monster know this language? What message is this offering trying to convey? And what kind of monster killed this man as a sacrifice? I just don't know. I note down the writing. All right, should I keep looking around? We don't have a choice. That should be enough. All right, what are we thinking? I take one final look around before leaving the building at a brisk pace. I leave quickly. I decide to skip breakfast. I'm not hungry. Seeing the corpse disgusts me. So much so that my other senses are all but forgotten for a moment. It's all I can think about. The time for reasoning is just about over. My long investigation comes to a conclusion. Is the person I'm thinking about really human? Am I going to make the right choice? Probably not. I think about my conclusions and move on. All right, we need to investigate a lot. What have we got? I think we looked at all of the we don't have any new records. So we just have the cases. All right, the fourth case, a monster of fear. Where do we find the monster of fear again? Where do I look? Okay, up here. So, the vampire, not the vampire. They are a monster of deception. Fear. Which we don't know. Undead. No. Fox spirit could be. Okay, that doesn't help, but I feel like, yeah, we decided Nutty was this one, so we get rid of, so it's either Sumi or Hana. Crap. It's both of the ones we're talking to. All right. Ancient language. Oh, okay. Well, I'm assuming ancient could also be old because, you know, it's the same thing. We don't have any information. Oh, the witch speaks Samont. Oh. This just leaves us with Hana. Brutalized. Crap. Oh. This is confusing. If the third case was... Oh. Bugger. Guys, I think we're cooked. Oh no. Oh no. Is it really her? Din Chair, who we have not spoken to at all, is the only potential human? Really? Bugger. Wait, let's check. Undead. We've missed something. Okay. She couldn't have been the first case, because this is the school. Alright. Couldn't be this one, because that's at the river. Could potentially be this one, but the monster type is wrong. And they reject Mephisto's way. Oh, I'm so confused. Definitely not that one. So, okay. This third case suspect could be Sumi, maybe. They reject Mephisto's way. But see, look, the monster type doesn't fit. The monster type does not fit. See, the fear and deception are very clearly different. Oh, chat, we're cooked. Bugger. We screwed up. We did not talk to Ninche at all. Dang. Should we go talk to her? It wants us to pick Hannah. It's highlighted in red. But like the case, like, oh, dang. Oh, this is not good. She does not trust us at all. Screw it. I should go see Nin for the first time this whole playthrough. Oh no. I wonder if she'll really be here, but before I can finish that thought, I already see her standing there. Does she like the lake for some reason? We screwed up so bad. Asking myself that question, I approach her. Oh, I have no idea, guys. We messed up somewhere.
어머, 성준 씨.
Oh, hey, John-sang. What? It's Jun-sang.
미안해요. 헷갈렸네요.
Oopsie. I'm sorry. Got it mixed up. Nin's reaction upon seeing me is an unexpected one. Despite our last meeting having ended quite awkwardly, she doesn't look angry at all. Well, we haven't seen each other for like a week. Instead, displaying a relaxed attitude with her big eyes seemingly smiling at me. Oh, I had prepared myself for a big verbal showdown, which makes me feel quite embarrassed as I stand next to her. You're out here at the lake quite often. Is there something in particular that draws you here?
특별히 볼 일은 없어요.
There's nothing special to see here.
호수를 이렇게 오래 바라보는 건 처음인데 잔잔하니 마음에 들어서요.
Yet, I still find myself looking out at the lake. I really like it. It's so calm.
생각 정리하는데 딱 좋네요.
It's the perfect place for thinking clearly. I see. Though, I guess solving your problems in particular requires more than clear thoughts.
그러게나 말이에요.
That's true.
몸으로 띄워줄 사람이 있으면 일이 훨씬 쉬울 텐데.
It would be much easier with someone by my side,
그분께선 쓸데없이 자존심만 세우고 계시니 원.
willing to set their pride aside. I feel like I'm being called out, guys.
아, 방금 건 농담이에요. 화내지 말아요.
Haha, it's just a joke, all right. Don't be angry. Lynn smiles at me with a triumphant expression on her face. I'm sick of responding to this teasing crap. That's an extreme reaction? Okay. I stare at Lynn with a downright angry expression on my face. But regardless of that, she continues talking to me, calm and relaxed.
준성 씨랑 헤어지고 나서 제 나름대로 조사를 해봤어요.
After we parted ways, I went out and did my own research.
큰 그림만큼은 직접 발로 뛰어야 그리기 쉽거든요.
Such big cases require a hands-on approach.
그런 것까지 게을리할 만큼 저 그렇게 개념 없지 않아요?
It's surprising, right? You would have probably thought I'm too lazy and spoiled for that kind of work. You conducted an investigation all on your own?
네. 마을 사람들을 다그쳐서 정보 좀 캐봤죠.
Yes, I met with all the villagers to dig up some information. Oh, goodness! What she says is making my heart pound loudly. The villagers, this girl, she met with the demon worshippers on her own in person? What the hell has she done? And what kind of information?
어이쿠, 이제야 표정이 좀 볼만해지시네.
Oh, now that's an expression worth seeing on your face.
궁금하신가 봐요.
Are you curious? Her making fun of me while giggling really makes me want to slap some sense into her. Hey, whoa, calm it, dude. What the hell? If Lin Che is actually human, she has stirred up a hornet's nest by approaching the villagers. Her inquiries will only arouse suspicion. Bro, it's the last day. So if the villagers intend to keep an eye on Lin from now on, it's the last day, It's obvious I'll be the one who has to deal with the aftermath. It's the last day. The villagers, what exactly did you say to them?
그런 서민들에겐 강경한 태도가 잘 먹히죠.
A strong, direct attitude is the only way to get through to simple people like them. I love her.
매너 좋게 대해줘봤자 자기들의 처지도 모르고 기어오르거든요.
Too soft an attitude, and they'll never realize the severity of their situation.
당신들이 뭘 하는지 알고는 있는지, 책임자가 누구인지.
I asked them directly if they were aware of what they were doing, who's in charge.
이런 식으로 하면 당신들이 어떻게 될지는 아는지에 대해서 따져 물었죠.
And if they realize what would happen if they continued doing things this way. And then?
말해줄 수 없대요. 자기들에게 허락된 일이 아니라나.
Couldn't tell you if I wanted to. They wouldn't spill the beans.
아무래도 책임자가 입을 단단히 봉해둔 모양이죠.
Whoever's in charge is making sure everyone's mouth remains tightly sealed.
하긴 저런 시골 서민들이 보통 수다스러워야지.
Usually these countryside folk are really talkative.
그 책임자란 사람이 그거 하나만큼은 정말 잘한 거예요.
So, the one in charge of them is doing a really good job at keeping them on a leash. So maybe...
네?
Yes. I quickly shut my mouth. The thoughts inside my head are so absurd that they almost popped out of my mouth all on their own.
하지만 말이죠. 뭐가 중요한 건지 정도는 알아야 하지 않겠어요?
Aren't you able to make sense of any of this? Well, actually, no.
이런 식으로 불법 점거해봤자 자기들에게 무슨 이득이 있는데요?
What the hell do they stand to gain from this illegal occupation?
멍청한 놈들이 아무것도 모르고 저렇게 행동하면 정말 피곤해지는데. 레킹볼 맛을 한 번 더 봐야 정신 차리려나 진짜.
I'm really sick and tired of having to deal with these brain-dead country bumpkins. It seems like bringing in the wrecking ball will be the swiftest way to get this over with. She has no chill. Lynn sure likes to talk a lot when she's angry. It's quite annoying having to listen to her childish tirade. But I stopped myself from saying anything, fearing that it would only draw her monologue out even further.
하여간 상황이 이래요.
Phew. Anyway, that's the current situation.
그래서 말인데 준성 씨가 마을 사람들의 목적과 책임자를 조사해 주셨으면 해요.
So, given the circumstances, I'd like you to investigate the purpose of it all, as well as the person in charge. About that. It's the last day. We don't have any time. You want me to investigate?
직업이 PD라고 하셨죠? 서민들은 TV가 자기 편이라고 생각하거든요.
You're a PD, aren't you? These commoners still think TV is on their side. Why does she keep talking like that?
아마 할 말 못할 말 술술 불 거예요.
Me, I'd probably slip up and say something I really shouldn't say.
제 일에 협조를 해주신다고 하셨으니 그 정도는 해주시겠죠?
Since you said you'd cooperate with me, can you do it? I think about it for a moment. In conclusion, Ninche doesn't really know anything about this village. If I'm being misled by Din, there's really nothing I can do until the 9th day. Today, not without throwing a wrench in my plans. Is there some way for me to take the initiative here? I look at Din. She's clearly a person that won't budge, whether faced with threats or talked to with reason. Scare her. Hey Din, that's it. It seems worth trying. Do you happen to know a show called Mystery Tracking?
미스테리 추적이요?
Mystery Tracking. Can't say I have. Looks like she's never heard of it, which is only normal considering the fact that I just made that name up. It's a pretty popular show on cable. They cover social issues, unsolved terrible crimes, cults, and occult stuff unknown to the public. I happen to be the show's program director.
그래요?
Is that so? Lynn's eyebrows move a little. It's hard to read what her expression truly means, but she seems disappointed. And most likely doesn't hold my job in high regard. I don't think she thinks a lot of us.
그런데 그런데 그 이야기를 갑자기 왜 하시는 거죠?
By the way, why are you suddenly mentioning that out of nowhere? Actually, I didn't end up here by accident. I'm here because I'm tracking a case.
뭐라고요?
I'm sorry, what? Did you know that serial killings have been happening around here recently?
당신 지금
Are you... No, I'm not kidding. People are dead. Murdered. And the way they were killed exactly resembles the one from the case I'm tracking. No clear signs of struggle or resistance on the body, as well as items of seemingly religious nature. It is being treated as a mass disappearance case, but in fact, it is highly likely that we're dealing with religious serial killings. And maybe these villagers are involved in all of it.
멍청한 프로그램 PD다운 발상이네요.
What a silly sounding show.
세상 모든 게 전부 가십 기사 소재로 보이세요?
Does everything have to be turned into trashy gossip these days? Whether you choose to believe me or not is solely up to you. I can only tell you that I have seen these things with my own eyes. Anyway, we are both of the opinion that this place requires further investigation. You should probably be more careful in your approach.
조심스럽게?
More careful? Why? There has been a murder. Really close by, too. Actually, there's been 4 murders. I saw the body with my own eyes. Making inquiries and wandering around the place where the killer could be on the loose is highly dangerous.
전 남의 명령 듣는 거 싫어하는데요.
I hate listening to other people's orders. It's not an order. It's simply a warning.
그런 태도로 하는 경고를 제가 들을 거라 생각하세요?
And you think I'll heed a warning presented in such a way? What makes you think I won't just do things my way? You're free to do so, Din. All I'm saying is that I personally wouldn't. Nin doesn't seem to know what to say and just looks at me. Gotta say, I like the look. A nice change of pace considering her usual attitude. I can easily tell she's trying to hide the fear within her. And I'm pretty sure she'll be less active from here on out. I turn around and walk away from the lake. I look back and my eyes meet Din's. Filled with anxiety, she just stands there and can't stop staring at me. All right, that's enough for now. I make my way to the next destination with hasty steps. Oh boy. What are we going to do? After my morning routine, I go to the restaurant for lunch. Stepping outside, I see a scene slightly different than usual in front of me. The villagers are hastily wandering about. They are all smiling. It seems like they are wholly convinced they'll achieve their goal soon. Probably for good reason. We messed up. Yeah, they'd like that, huh? They just want me to quietly lie down and die. I'm not going down that easily, believe you me. I'll wipe the smiles off those damn faces soon enough. Famous last words. By the way, what now? Usually I'd go exploring the village right about now. However, my usual routine has been ruined, which makes me quite anxious. Should I return to the motel and analyze the current situation? That doesn't seem like a bad idea, so I head straight back. What's going on? I can't see the motel owner anywhere. He's the owner and I've never seen him leave the counter before. Where is he gone? I take a confused look around and walk back upstairs. While making my way up, I stop abruptly. I'm pretty sure I just heard something. I focus and listen carefully. I can hear footsteps. Heavy, dull footsteps. Is that the motel owner? I look around. Although there's no actual need to hide just yet, I hide myself next to the stairs on the 3rd floor. I'm curious. If those footsteps are really the motel owner's, then what the hell is he doing away from the counter? And does it involve me in any way? It doesn't take long for the motel owner to appear. He's walking out of the room at the far end of the hallway. That's an empty room that no one is using. Jeez, he's heading my way, and I hide upstairs to keep him from noticing me. After watching him disappear downstairs, I slowly and carefully make my way back down. I look at the room that he just walked out of. Maybe my curiosity is misplaced. It could just turn out to be a meaningless waste of time, but then again, something very important could be hidden away in there. I slowly head to the room. Now, just what was the motel owner doing in there? Oh my goodness! I stop all of a sudden. That looks really cool. Obviously, I am certain that I entered an empty room. Yet I find myself standing in a cave. What the hell? Exactly. This damn town is like a checklist of all things weird, and I'm going through the whole damn thing. What is this? Uh-oh. Out of nowhere, a loud ringing sound resonates in my head. Huh? Am I just imagining things? I turn my head towards where the sound is coming from. There's no one there. However, for some reason, the cave feels a little brighter. Uh-oh. Huh? Another strange sound rapidly spreads through my head. It's a strange feeling simply because it's unknown to me. But surprisingly, it doesn't feel like something to be scared of. The sound carries a weird feeling of familiarity. The sound in my head is accepted and interpreted by my brain as a voice. And the voice tells me an incredible story. Can it tell me the right answer? So you were the guardian spirit of this area, who was protecting the village before it was abandoned. And you're being held here and watched by the motel owner. I talk as if to confirm what I have just been told, but there is no reply. I keep talking as I look around the cave. What is this room? The sound echoes in my head once again. This time the sound is saying something that is very difficult to understand. I look around. So it seems like this place is one where there are hidden stories about Novena Diabolos. Every time I stop by here, a new story will be revealed, and perhaps I can learn more about the demons and monsters that surround me. Why am I only finding it now on the last day? So you're saying I'll be stopping by here again in the future? Yes. The sound grows more faint, as if to say goodbye, and fades away along with the light illuminating the cave. I assume this is probably something that you get to do in like subsequent playthroughs, seeing as each playthrough is different. The bright cave is dull and dark once more, making the whole experience feel like nothing more than a fading dream. I'm not sure why, but my gut feeling tells me that the inside of this cave is worth exploring. Okay then, let me see what I can find. Let's investigate the strange cave! Da-da-da-da! There is some sort of cloth tied to a rope. I check it out. Something is strange. I can feel my hands tingling, like it's emitting some sort of energy. What is this? I mumble to myself and take a look at the vast space, but it's empty. I can't think of anything else. I turn my head. It's a wooden piece of furniture. I hold my breath under the assumption that it's full of dust, but much to my surprise, there's no dust at all. This is surprisingly clean. I swipe my fingers across the surface, and then proceed to open it up. Hello, we got a book. Vampire Investigation Records, the last volume. So that's the last of the books. What happened to the vampire hunter? Guess I'll find out by reading this book. Too bad it looks like I won't get much more information about the monster. Alright, I'll read it later. The wood is piled up. The grain is rough. It looks like I'll catch splinters. There are no gloves around. Looks like there's no other way. I try to avoid the rough patches and carefully search around. I need something on the witch. I brush the dirt and debris off me and take a look at my discovery. It's a book. Succubus Summoning Diaries. Alright, looks like we're getting some of the final books here. Can you give me something about the witch so I know for sure whether it's Sumi or not? Well, it looks very old and will be hard to open even if I apply force. Opening all these drawers is going to take some time. I crack my knuckles and stretch my hands. This'll require my strength. I check out all the drawers. Most are empty, but there's one that catches my attention. Alright, what do we get? It's a letter written on a piece of paper. I take my time to read it. Apparently, this letter was written by the spirit that spoke to me earlier. The spirit guardian of the village that has now been left abandoned, who was unable to do anything against the disease that befell the village, and had to watch its inhabitants leave. The divine spirit is curious about what really happened in the village that was under its protection. I guess it falls on me to tell the whole story. A letter from the divine spirit. I carefully stash it. Alright. What else have we got? Oh, I look at the altar in the cave's center. All this occult knowledge was forced into my head, but I don't know anything about this altar. I carefully examine every corner, but I can't find anything. I lift my head back up. This is a waste of time. I think that's all there is for me to find. I stand up and take another quick look around, then step out of the cave. Phew. Upon leaving the cave, the hallway extending in front of me feels like an illusion. What on earth is that cave all about? I wonder how long I was in there. I instinctively look at the clock. Wow, more time has passed than I would have assumed. Already? Bewildered and confused, I run out of the motel. Wow. Turns out the clock isn't broken. The sun is already going down. I must have been in the cave a lot longer than it felt like. Time passed without me noticing. I calculate how much time I have left. I think I only have time to meet one person before sunset. Okay. I move quickly, knowing all too well that thinking too much is only going to cost me precious time. Let's see. The last person I will meet up with is... I mean, it's got to be Din, right? Can we look at the monster info first? Alright, let's end this episode with a little lore, I guess. Alright, Brad's entries suddenly stop just before the hunt's finale. For those readers curious about how it all ended, his mangled corpse was found alongside that of Jane. Because of the detailed records he had left behind, search parties were able to find the bodies of the other hunters as well. Brad's body and his belongings were brought to his son Rick, who reacted coldly. According to people close to the family, Brad had been so absorbed with the hunt that he neglected his children. An elderly woman from the village raised them instead. The whole story is a tragedy. Having read through Brad's records made me sympathize with him. I can excuse his behavior to a degree. Back when his wife was still alive, he put his family above everything else, but when she was killed by the vampire, he felt the need to slay it, fearing that his children might otherwise meet the same cruel fate. In other words, Brad's fanaticism and devotion to killing vampires stemmed from a deep love for his family. Shunned by his son even after death, he was buried in a small, unsuspecting grave, with only a few villagers attending his funeral. The owner of the land, a man interested in vampires, actually had a monument built in Brad's name, but since no one cared for it, it quickly became decrepit. Only an old, dirty tombstone remains as proof that Brad once lived, and few people, even passionate vampire hunters, remember his name. I just hope this book offers some form of comfort and solace for this poor man's soul. Okay, that didn't give us any new information whatsoever. Needless to say, Federico died. Alberto Toscano and his Vatican agents had given chase, and Federico, having completed the ritual, was found in the same state as the other victims. The Vatican combined the area with extreme prejudice. Everyone who had ever had even the tiniest bit of contact with Federico was captured and tortured, and dozens of women were burned as suspected succubi. This hell on earth had been created by Federico's actions. Meanwhile, Alberto Toscano was saddened by the fact that Federico had died so easily. He would have preferred a confession filled with fear and despair as a gift to his one true God. He let others feel his frustration while doing his job. Hundreds were made to give false, forced confessions and were executed because of his fanaticism. This terrible reign of tyranny lasted for over a year, until Alberto, having made too many enemies, was stabbed to death in a back alley. Federico's morbid curiosity and lust for perversion had caused nothing but pain and misery for so many. And that pain was not caused by a succubus, but by humans. Oh. Oh wait, we got some new information on the vampire is a monster of deception. Yeah, we already knew that. Yeah. Okay, so, well, this one, okay. The first case is very definitely Mina, the vampire. Where's the succubus? Brutalizes, location, the forest. Yeah, so case 2 is very definitely the succubus. That's the first two without a doubt. Now, it seems to be that Sumi the witch is probably the third case. We don't have all of her information, but by looking at the others, so the undead, it can't be Din because she is a monster of deception. It could be the fox spirit, who's a monster of fear as well, but she brutalizes, so it can't be. So this has to be Sumi. The third case is Sumi. It is, whether we like it or not. And then the fourth case. So the fourth case can't be Mina, can't be Nadi, can't be Sumi. So it's either Din, the undead, who is a monster of deception, so it can't be her. It has to be the fox spirit. So it's literally Din. The one person we haven't really spoken to this entire time. Oh, we are wrecked. She does not trust us at all. I should go see Din. Come back next week, guys. Let's see if she'll trust us even a little. Oh, we are so cooked. I'll see you guys then. See ya.